All right. Errol, Spence Jr., Shawn Porter, pay-per-view tonight on Fox pay-per-view. We're going to talk about the breakdown of the fight and my final prediction in this video. Also let you know what a couple other stars think about the fight, and man, just getting ready for this fight tonight. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel, subscribers. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Thank you to everybody that supports and encourages the channel. Thank you so much to the people that watch the video all the way to the end and come to the live streams on Monday through Friday. OG Boxing Talk tomorrow, where we're gonna do the after conversation of this fight that's taking place tonight. And thank you to everybody on the Patreon. We got new work coming up there very, very soon. Let's talk about this fight. Man, you know, the bubble guts. I got the bubble guts, man. I'm nervous about this fight. I get nervous about all big fights because the thing with boxing is that it's nothing guaranteed, man. Okay, and nothing guaranteed. I do this pretty much for every fight where I say, hey, this is what I think is gonna happen, but really, I wouldn't be surprised if something else happened, right? So in this fight, I've got Errol Spence Jr. winning, and I'll tell you why and how in a second. But you know, there's a way for Shawn Porter to pull this out, man. Shawn Porter should not be underestimated. The dude's a real dog. He's out there, and funny things can happen. But let's get into this. Okay, this is a fight for the IBF and WBC welterweight championship belts. The winner will be the unified a unified 147-pound champion, joining some of the rare unified champions that you have in boxing. Well, not a lot of them. You got Lomachenko at 135, who's got 140. Yeah, maybe there's more than I thought. Jose Ramirez is unified at 140. 154. J-Rock is a unified champion at 160. I don't think there is a unified champion at 160, nor at 175. Or at cruiserweight. Heavyweight, you have a 168 light heavyweight. Cruiserweight, there was, of course, Alexander Usyk, and there is at heavyweight in Andy Ruiz, who holds the WBA, the WBO, and the IBF belts. This would be a unified champion at 147 pounds, which is the first time we'd have him since not too long ago when Keith Thurman vacated his WBC belt, which is now on the line. So, you know, it's a big thing, man. It's a big fight. I have, like most people have, Errol Spence Jr. winning this fight. What I think is going to happen, or what I believe is the most likely outcome, is probably a knockout somewhere between rounds 8 and 11. And so, but if that doesn't happen, I could also see it going to the cards and it being a dominant points win for Errol Spence. The thing that Errol Spence Jr. is more than likely going to do to Shawn Porter during this fight, man, is Shawn Porter should be eating a lot of jabs, because Errol Spence Jr. has a very stiff, straight jab, right jab, because he's a southpaw to the body and to the head. So just keeping that stick out there on Shawn Porter, staying active with Shawn Porter I think is going to pretty much force Shawn Porter into trying to mix it up, get inside, and then when he gets inside on Errol Spence Jr., I think that, or when he attempts to come in to Errol Spence Jr., I think that's where a lot of damage will be done by Errol Spence Jr. to the body with uppercuts to the stomach. You know, in tight body shots. That's really where I think most of the breakdown was going to happen with Shawn Porter. The reason why I think the jab in that will happen to Shawn Porter is because Shawn Porter, the last couple of fights that I watched with him and Yordenis Ugas for sure, and Danny Garcia, he does a lot of like faking and foot faking, and you know, they kept Ugas at bay. But when he comes in here with all of that, you know, handsy stuff, man, that's Mark Breland, who's the trainer for Deontay Wilder, said that, you know, he was talking about it, and he said, look, man, when you come in with all of that kind of wild stuff, you know, just stick a jab in his face. Every time he starts throwing his hands like that, boop, stick a jab in his face. And that's what I see Errol Spence Jr. doing. I think Shawn Porter's gonna try to fight on the outside, try to buy time, flipping his footwork back and forth. You know, a lot of head feints, a lot of hand and glove feints. And I just see the way that Errol Spence Jr. fights, and keeping a lot of pressure on the people that he fights, that, you know, he's not gonna bite on a lot of that. And I don't think that Shawn Porter has the power to keep Errol Spence, to get Errol Spence Jr.'s respect, and to keep Errol Spence Jr. from trying to run downhill on him. I also don't think that he is as technically sound as Mikey Garcia. So a lot of people, you know, said in the lead up to this fight that Errol Spence Jr. wasn't able to knock out Mikey Garcia. So how is Errol Spence Jr. going to knock out Shawn Porter or stop Shawn Porter? And my thought to that is Mikey Garcia is a smaller fighter than Shawn Porter, but he's a lot more calculating fighter than Shawn Porter is. He's somebody that is basically built off of a jab and a right hand. A straight jab, a straight right hand, followed by a left hook, either up top or to the body. But Mikey Garcia is a thinking fighter, and he is trying to calculate. He's trying to time you. He's trying to set traps, and in doing so, he really doesn't leave himself open. So what Errol Spence Jr. did to Mikey Garcia was he kept a jab in his face. He kept the jab in his face. He would hit him wherever there was open shots. Mikey Garcia made sure that he was not going to get hit with 1 and 2 punch combinations that he can, and definitely not ending with something that he can't see, because he kept his hands up, and he's just very, very defensively responsible. I don't think that is the case as much with Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter is his shots are wider. He fights in a much more herky-jerky style. He's open. He's open for shots. And I mean, for example, if you listen to what Danny Garcia said that the reason that he believed that he lost to Shawn Porter on the judges' scorecard is that, you know, when Danny Garcia was on the outside fighting Shawn Porter, that, you know, he was able to pick Shawn Porter off. But when Shawn Porter got on the inside, he was able to let his hands go, and he was letting punches go that were touching him, that really weren't scoring. But because he had that level of activity and that level of busyness, that the judges saw those as scoring points, and that's what cost him the fight. In the case of Errol Spence Jr., definitely being on a southpaw stand, a taller, longer, and I believe a better boxer, definitely with a jab and a left jab and a right jab and a straight left hand, is a better fighter from the outside than Danny Garcia is. Also, his work rate when Shawn Porter comes inside is extremely high. So all in all, man, it just seems to me that, you know, this is kind of a recipe for disaster for Shawn Porter. However, there is a route that I see that where Shawn Porter might make it. He might make it to the scorecards. I don't see a knockout from Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter just doesn't have the power, and he wasn't able to. And actually, other than the cuts and stuff that took place with Andre Berto, I can't really even recall the last time that I saw Shawn Porter actually hurt somebody, really stagger somebody with a shot. Now, I've seen him get dropped with a check left hook from Adrian Bronner, but I just haven't seen, maybe since the Paulie Malignaggi fight. And I think the Paulie Malignaggi fight was more of just, it was kind of mugging, but it's also that's Paulie Malignaggi. Paulie Malignaggi is, you know, nobody's world beater. So I just think that the way that Shawn Porter will have the way that Shawn Porter can get to the scorecards is by making it just a really ugly fight. You know, trying to grab, hold, mug on the inside, you know, tie Errol Spence up. When he lets go, maybe let a couple body shots go, and really play for, you know, try to play to the judges. right? Maybe if he can flick some jabs out, you know, and effectively stay far enough away from Errol Spence Jr. for large sections of the round, and then get it when he gets inside, be able to hold him up, tie him up, and maybe throw a couple shots there, you know, that he might be able to keep in every round close enough. So where, you know, maybe a round will go to him here, might go to Errol Spence there, and you can wind up having a close decision. The reason why I don't think that's happening is because of the body work of Errol Spence Jr. and the constant pressure of Errol. I don't believe is going to allow him to play around on the outside and actually hold up and slow down the fight by, you know, doing a lot of hand and foot feints. But that's my take on it. I'm thinking it's most likely going to be a stoppage for Errol Spence, somewhere between 8 and 11. There'll probably be some close rounds in the beginning. But that's about it. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm definitely going to do a live stream for the fight, so check me out. I'll come by the channel when we do that. And with that, please let me know what your official prediction for the fights are, so that when we talk in the live stream and I'm looking at the comments, that we can say, hey man, you know, who got it right, who didn't get it right. All the good fun stuff about boxing. And with that, I'm out. Peace.